Hi friends, it's Kurt from Transformative Journeys. I'm back today to talk about something else that is core to what we do at Transformative Journeys, or the way we do it. And that core is the idea of the hero's journey. Now, what is the hero's journey? You may already be familiar, but in case you don't know, the hero's journey, the concept of the hero's journey, was something that was really defined by a college professor in the mid-20th century named Joseph Campbell. And Joseph Campbell was a mythologist. And he taught at Sarah Lawrence College, and he had done a lifetime, ultimately a lifetime of research into the myths of different cultures, looking at different cultures and the stories that those cultures told themselves about themselves to help explain who they are or who they were and where they were in the world. And in looking at these cultures across time and across geographies, he found that there were common themes, common structures in these stories that were there no matter where you were. There were many of the common sort of milestones in the stories. They might not all be exactly identical. In some stories, there might be milestones that aren't there in other stories. But in general, the arc, the shape of the story is common throughout, which led him to ask the question, why is this? Why did all these cultures tell the same story? And what he concluded was, it was really about the nature of who we are as people and our experience as being human beings, our experience of being alive, of existence. And these stories really captured the way in which people change personally, the way they become transformed. And we see this in lots of places. Now, one of the places that you may or may not already know that it's really explicitly and consciously chosen is that before or while he was writing the scripts for the original Star Wars movies, George Lucas had read Joseph Campbell's book, The Hero with a Thousand Faces, which is where this whole idea of the hero's journey was first put forward and published. And Lucas chose to consciously use that structure as his storytelling device, as the way that he built the arc of the story of those first three movies. And so he chose this because it is powerful and because it works. Ultimately, Joseph Campbell was a consultant on that script, on the creation of the story for that movie, where we see somebody who's in one place in their life, they're in what is called the mundane, the before, but they're somehow dissatisfied with it. They know that there's something more in life. They feel like maybe there's something calling them, but they don't know how to act on it. And then events occur that take them into this hero's journey. And I'm not going to go through all this right now, but when you talk about the shape and the milestones in the hero's journey, the first few that come to mind are, one, the hero, that the hero is whoever the protagonist is in the story. It's not like a superhero necessarily like Superman, although it could be. It could be anybody. And that hero is in their place, it's sort of like the before pictures. So you see them in the before space. So you see Luke on the planet he was living on, sort of looking out in the dusk at the two suns, and you see him there and comfortable there, but somehow thinking there's something more. And then Luke hears the call to adventure, which is really when he finds the droids and sees the hologram of Princess Leia. Here's this call to adventure, which he then thinks he can't follow on, he can't do. Ultimately, he's got too many things that he's responsible for where he is. But ultimately, he crosses the threshold. He crosses the phase into the adventure, into the experience of transformation, into the process of changing and becoming something new. And because this is so common, because this is really part of what it means to be human, these story arcs capture something that is deeply wired within us. Because of that, we use that in transformative journeys to help us see where we are, get an idea of what comes next, and maybe where we're going. So it is an exciting thing to do. Everybody does it. The point is to make it conscious, to make it intentional, to become self-aware as you're going through the process so that then you can get the maximum benefit out of the transformation that comes from the hero's journey. That's what we do. So why don't you come out and join us? It's really, really helpful to be able to go into life and face changes in this way rather than have the changes run us. We take more responsibility for making the changes happen. I hope to talk to you soon. Come and see us. Bye-bye.